I promised a Living Dead focus this Halloween season, and the elephant in the room trope for that: zombies. Welcome to my channel, KC, that's me, Carry Chug the Sledge Storyteller. I love talking about storytelling as an art form, its many mediums, and its history. And if you like this video, please click like. If you like this channel, please click subscribe. And while you're at it, make more, click and the notification button. Thank you. So, still October, which as a YouTuber who talks about storytelling, I should take advantage of and cover fun stuff of the Halloween season. And I decided to dedicate this year's Halloween season to making videos discussing various forms of the living dead. Now, on my horror scale, zombies are somewhere in the middle, and what I had loved about zombies during this time of year, it was a cheap and easy costume. By the time I was a teenager who could not trick-or-treat anymore, which meant my mom was not going to sew me a costume or buy me a costume. I didn't have a job to buy my own costume, so I did what you could easily throw together. That's zombie, because just take your old clothes and tatter them and smear black and gray makeup in the right spots to resemble decay, and I was set. Anyway, the whole concept of the reanimated dead goes at least as far back as ancient Greece, with discoveries by archaeologists of graves wherein lay skeletons pinned down by heavy rocks, which meant it was to keep them from breaking through their graves. The whole concept proliferated from Haitian folklore in the voodoo tradition, where it is believed that a corpse could be reanimated by means of magic. Those ideas first came to public consciousness in 1929 with W.B. Seabrook's Haitian travelogue, The Magic Island, in which many rituals he wrote that human corpses were reanimated through magical means, just like I said before. Then in 1932, having read that book, Kenneth Webb produced the stage play Zombie. There were only 21 performances. That same year, a somewhat more successful piece of drama was produced by the two brothers Edward and Victor Halperin in the movie White Zombie. Bonus factor to it, it's in the public domain. And I'll give the Halperin brothers credit, they did their homework when it came to zombie lore roots, setting it in Haiti. The basic plot is you've got Neil Parker and his fiancée, Madeline Short, hopelessly in love and set to wed that night, but plantation owner Monsieur Charles Beaumont feels so enamored with Madeline that he becomes bound and determined to have her for himself, and looks for ways to achieve that by consulting with his hired witch doctor, Murder Legrande, played by none other than Bela Lugosi, just a year after his much marquee performance as Dracula. He has one option, the same option he has to recruit workers, more like slaves working for the plantation, in that the victim is put under a sleeping death spell and being revived as a zombie. That's the essence of what the plot's about, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Really, watch it. It's only about an hour and 6 minutes long. Bela Lugosi is his Dracula sinister self, but manages to make it a fresh new character portrayal. And as a short watch, it works for that quick Halloween fix if you need one, and short film with limited time. It is basic and as simplistic as it gets, but I thoroughly believe it to be an absolute must for the die-hard Lugosi fan. Also, it's worthwhile as a piece of the zombie intrigue, and it's rooted in the original Haitian folklore. I have to think that as simple as the trope is, and like several other horror trope, it's being a low-budget movie option, it became a popular horror movie idea for both audiences and production companies alike. Among the standouts, the Ed Wood cult classic Plan 9 from Outer Space, which I previously devoted an entire video in reviewing. It merged the trope with the trope of alien invaders who instigate the reanimation of dead bodies of characters played by Mila Nurmi, stage named Vampira, Tor Johnson, and Bela Lugosi. Although most of the zombie footage is of Ed Wood's wife's chiropractor, Tom Mason, since Bela Lugosi had died after only a handful of scenes used in the movie had been shot. But watch my video to get the whole story. The link to the description below, it's in the description. But 9 years later came arguably the most famous zombie movie of all time, George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, which is widely looked upon as the movie that first pushed the boundaries of how gory a horror film can be, largely with zombies engaging in cannibalism. And because Night of the Living Dead quickly went into public domain over technicality, he followed up with Dawn of the Dead in 1978 with the same premise of flesh-eating zombies up against news reporters barricading in the local mall. Like Night of the Living Dead in 1990, in 2004, Zack Snyder decided he would do a remake of Dawn of the Dead, only it occurred to him, why would zombies have to move with a slow, stilted walk, easily evaded by a fleet of foot? Snyder made that bold decision to actually have them running at the good guys, so that it's not so easy to evade them as you would believe, and they would never fatigue. A little more reason for that to be a threat. Now, Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead show how the trope is open to comedic interpretation, and Warm Bodies tells you that it can be funny as well as romantic. Ultimately, I was blown away how AMC's The Walking Dead became a household name that caused a zombie explosion in popular culture. It even prompted the Discovery Channel's Mythbusters to test the notion of surviving a zombie apocalypse with an axe or a gun. You know, this trope of zombies, it started as simply a way of creating the story's stakes against the heroes, and over the past 90+ years it has hit upon all kinds of angles on social commentary in subjects such as distrust of government, consumerism, and discrimination. But that's my insight on zombie trope. Agree, disagree, or something I left out? Please let me know in the comment section. As always, the link to order Sledge, the comic miniseries, is in the link below in both digital and paper format. Give it a look and please purchase. Let's all look for civility amid all the bad news out there about social and political strife, as in the US. As the election approaches, let's not hate, let's find friends wherever we may go. Everyone be safe, and God bless.